Remember James Ramsden, who I mentioned earlier on in the show? He was one of the founding fathers of modern Barrow and helped the town become what it is today. He introduced modern shipbuilding to Barrow in 1871, which was the driving force behind the town's success and development. The shipyards built some of the most technologically advanced vessels of the day, from steam yachts to liners, cargo ships and even submarines. But it was in 1897 that the fortunes of Barrow's shipyards really changed. They were bought by steelmakers Vickers and Sons and arms manufacturers Harry Maxim, and they were immediately able to benefit from the soaring demands for rearmament. As the order books filled up, the town struggled to house the rapidly increasing labour force. This housing shortage was so great that workers were forced to lodge on the Atlantic liner Alaska, berthed in the nearby Devonshire dock. Necessity forced Vickers to find a solution, so they bought land here on Walney Island, just across the Walney Channel. And in 1900, they built around 1,000 houses in 2 estates, and so Vickerstown was born. It was designed as more than just a housing estate. Developers envisioned self-sufficient, classless communities where the man-made was balanced with nature. But with 250 workers already living in a floating hostel, these grand ideals proved impractical. So plans were scaled down to give workers decent, basic living conditions on the principle that a happy worker was a productive worker. And far from being a classless community, the estate layout segregated the workers from the management, and the majority of the houses were like this, built for the workers. Whereas homes like these were designed for the skilled people and foremen. But these grand villas, with their wonderful views and large gardens, were reserved for the elite. The first tenant, David Mason, moved into this house, 28 Latona Street, in November 1900. Others were quick to follow, and by 1903, the population was more than 3,000, and people were moving in even before the cottages were finished. But not everybody was eligible to become a tenant. You had to be a reliable worker and have a recommendation from the foreman. And a house like this is typical of the type a foreman would have enjoyed, and thanks to its current owners, who have lovingly restored it, we can see what life was like back in the early 1900s in Vickerstown. And here are the couple, Russ and Nicola.
Hello.
Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too.
What a talented couple as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is so impressive. It's just on first impressions, it's like a mini museum. It really is, but the whole house embraces you as well. So this was the foreman's cottage, or the foreman's house, yeah?
We think it could be, yes.
Yeah.
So how does that differ from the ordinary worker?
He was probably on slightly more money, and therefore he's got a slightly bigger house here.
Yeah.
So he's got more enriched details with things compared to some of the other houses that weren't as embellished, if you will.
Yeah. So this is sort of more like a sort of 3 up, 3 down, as opposed to a 2 up, 2 down, or a 1 up.
This one has a hallway, the other ones in the street don't.
Right, you're straight into the city.
Yes, and a lot of them would have had outside toilets, whereas this one had one included in the house, so... Yeah.
Attention to detail. Who's it down to?
It's
both
joint.
of us.
We both have got a good eye for
Definitely.
things. We both
both
know
like
the
the
same
same.
things.
Okay. Well, obviously this was very fashionable, this look.
Yeah.
In the early 1900s. You know, it reminds me of sort of William Morris. You've got the whole theme going on.
Obviously, it is very in keeping. We've done lots of research into it, but it's what we
Really?
love. Yeah.
How did this come about? You obviously bought the house. You're local anyway. You're born and bred here.
Yeah.
It was very old and dilapidated when we got
everything
it.
Was,
and
all
was
the fencing
crying
was
out
collapsed. To be loved, really.
Yes, yeah.
It was just in a desperate.
So obviously you had to
need.
renovate it, but
Yes.
but where did the idea come in to actually go right back to sort of 1903 and dress it properly, buy the furniture, choose the colours.
Yeah.
It's just
where
what
did
we
that come
like.
from?
It's what we've started off. William Morris, as you mentioned there before, has been a very big influence. So we've started with a wallpaper and expanded really. And then all the ornaments and knickknacks have been made up over years of collecting really.
Were the skirting boards and the architraves and the cornices here?
No, put all them in myself.
Really?
And
yourself?
yeah.
Right, okay. So, were you a carpenter by trade?
Yes, I'm a joint. I served my time in the yard as a carpenter.
Well, that's really quite nice actually, because that's really taking it back to sort of where in the early 1900s you would have been working in the shipyard, living here,
that's right.
maybe as a foreman carpenter, going to work, and here you are now.
Yeah, maybe we've lived here before then.
Yeah, this could be our second
Oh,
life.
spooky.
So how much of the house is original?
Obviously the layout is more or less as it was.
Yeah.
We've done slight changes in the kitchen. There was a pantry there, but that's gone. But the hallway floor's original, all our doors and door handles were all left here.
Fireplaces?
No, we've replaced those.
They've been replaced.
Gosh. How do you take this house, though, into the millennium? What's the kitchen like? I mean...
Well, come and have a look.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Nice.
Very nice. I like the Arga. Obviously, you cook on it.
It's a must.
Yeah, we do.
So-
Just about, we heat things on it.
So how has this changed? What have you done in here?
Originally, it used to be a small kitchen, half and half, and the bathroom, downstairs bathroom.
Right.
So there was a toilet and bath and sink.
You've moved that
basin.
upstairs.
We've taken that upstairs now.
So, where are the white goods?
Well, if you looked into that cupboard there,
Can I look in your cupboard?
you certainly can.
Oh yeah, look at that, a fridge freezer.
Well hidden away.
Microwave
And
unfortunately, is hidden
toaster
there.
under there and underneath.
Everybody's got to do some
curtains
washing.
there.
So there's the washer and dryer.
And the washer and dryer.
They're all the boring bits.
Great though, isn't it? So, what's your favourite room then?
Oh, it's difficult.
Is it?
Difficult one. It changes every day.
It does. The bathroom's really nice because we've got proper period fittings in there.
Yeah. The most recent one we've done though is the bedroom.
So I guess that's your
probably
favourite,
the
right?
favourite one
We've
at the
probably
moment.
done the best
yeah.
job of our bedroom.
Can I have a look?
Yeah,
Certainly
definitely.
can, yes. Come with me.
Okay.
So this is our favourite room at the moment.
Great colours again.
Nice, isn't it? Really
Nice
rich
red.
and warm.
Yeah. Is it all original?
Most of it is, yes.
Windows,
Most of
yeah.
windows are. Fireplace is original. There's obviously one obvious thing that's not original.
I've just looked up, I think I can guess.
It's the biggest coving you've ever seen.
Look at that cornice.
I know.
We made a little mistake, but we think we've got away with it.
That is a bit OTT,
Yeah,
isn't
it is.
But hey, it's a bedroom.
Yeah.
It looks great.
It's nice
doesn't
and
it?
rich.
Thank you so much for showing me around. I
You're
just think
welcome.
it's great. It's like it's a trip back in time. Definitely
Thank you
is.
very much.
Excellent.
It's been a pleasure.
having you, showing it off.
Wasn't that fabulous? Do you know, we see so many stately homes and manor houses on Flogget, but what's great about this house is it belonged to an ordinary working person, and restoring it like they have back to its former glory, the early part of the 1900s, it's keeping another precious part of our social history well and truly alive.